If you're preparing for your IELTS speaking test, it's a good idea to learn some idioms to express different feelings. Here are some idioms to express sadness. Down in the dumps. This idiom means to feel sad or depressed. Example sentence. She has been down in the dumps since her pet passed away. Heartbroken. This idiom means to feel extreme sadness or grief. Example sentence. He was heartbroken when he heard the news of his friend's passing. In the depths of despair. This idiom means to feel deeply saddened and hopeless. Example sentence. After losing her job, she was in the depths of despair. Feeling blue. This idiom means to feel sad or melancholy. Example sentence. He's been feeling blue ever since his favorite team lost the game. Crying one's heart out. This idiom means to cry intensely due to sadness or grief. Example sentence. After the breakup, she spent the night crying her heart out. On a downer. This idiom means to feel sad or in a negative emotional state. Example sentence. She's been on a downer lately because of all the stress at work. Wearing a long face. This idiom means to have a sad or gloomy expression. Example sentence. He came home from school wearing a long face after receiving a bad grade. Heavy-hearted. This idiom means to feel weighed down by sadness or sorrow. Example sentence. She was heavy-hearted after saying goodbye to her best friend who moved away. Feeling low. This idiom means to feel sad, depressed, or lacking energy. Example sentence. He's been feeling low since his favorite band broke up. In a funk. This idiom means to be in a state of sadness or feeling down. Example sentence. She's been in a funk ever since her plans for the weekend fell through. In the depths of sorrow. This idiom means to feel deeply saddened and overwhelmed by grief. Example sentence. After the loss of her loved one, she was in the depths of sorrow. Feeling under the weather. This idiom means to feel unwell physically or emotionally. Example sentence. She's been feeling under the weather since she received the bad news. Drowning in tears. This idiom means to cry uncontrollably due to extreme sadness. Example sentence. The movie was so touching that it left the audience drowning in tears. A heavy heart. This idiom means to feel a deep sense of sadness or emotional burden. Example sentence. He carried a heavy heart after the end of a long-term relationship. Weeping buckets. This idiom means to cry excessively or shed a large amount of tears. Example sentence. The heart-wrenching farewell scene had everyone weeping buckets. Sinking feeling. This idiom refers to a deep sense of sadness or foreboding. Example sentence. As the realization sunk in, she had a sinking feeling of loss. Grief-stricken. This idiom means to be overwhelmed with sorrow or grief. Example sentence. The family was grief-stricken after the sudden passing of their beloved pet. Lost in sorrow. This idiom means to be deeply absorbed in sadness or grief. Example sentence. She wandered aimlessly, lost in sorrow, after the breakup. Miserable as sin. This idiom means to feel extremely unhappy or miserable. Example sentence. He felt miserable as sin after his team lost the championship. Sorrowful heart. This idiom refers to a heart filled with sadness or sorrow. Example sentence. She poured her sorrowful heart out in her journal.